So, what if AI could actually see? I mean, not just crunch data, but truly perceive the world all around it? Well, today, we're going to dive into the latest from Hesai, a company that's not just giving AI eyes, they're about to give it a body. And their latest earnings report, it signals a huge shift in how AI is going to interact with our physical world. At its core, Hesai builds Lidar. Those super advanced laser sensors that let machines see and navigate the world in 3D. Just think of them as the high-tech eyes for self-driving cars and this whole next generation of robots. But here's the thing, Heisai's vision goes way beyond just giving machines sight. Their latest announcement points to a much, much bigger ambition, and it all centers on this one powerful question. What happens when AI gets a body? They're moving past just sensors and into the real world of embodiment. Okay, so to really get this, you can't just think of Hensai as a hardware company. They see themselves as creating this essential bridge that allows artificial intelligence to perceive, to understand, and to actually interact with our physical reality. And their CEO, Yifan Li, he just nailed it with this quote. He sees their tech as the one critical piece that gives AI spatial intelligence. Without it, he says, physical AI remains blind to the laws of physics. It's what grounds all that digital brain power in the real world. All right, so before we get into their huge future plans, you got to understand where they're coming from. Their latest financial results were just announced, and they're record-breaking. These numbers are what give them the credibility, and let's be honest, the cash, to make such a big move. Okay, first up, let's talk volume. They shipped a staggering 1.6 million Lidar units last year. To put that in perspective, that's more than tripling their volume from the year before. I mean, that is just massive scale. And get this, they did all that without killing their profits. They kept this incredibly healthy gross margin of over 40%. That just proves how efficient their operation is, even while they're growing like crazy. And this right here really just drives the point home. A full-year GAAP net income of 436 million Chinese yuan. That's about 62 million US dollars, by the way. So here's the real kicker. This made Hesai the very first company in the entire LiDAR industry to report a full-year GAAP profit. That's a huge milestone that none of their competitors have hit. So you might be asking, how in the world did they pull this off? Well, their success right now is being powered by two really strong, separate business engines, and both of them are just firing on all cylinders. On one hand, you've got advanced driver assistance systems for cars. They call it the invisible airbag. And on the other hand, they're right at the heart of the booming robotics market, giving sight to all kinds of new machines. When you look at cars, they're not just playing the game, they're dominating it. They've got over 40% of the market with deals with huge automakers like Li Auto, Xiaomi, and BYD. But the really crucial part, they were picked as the primary LiDAR partner for the AI giant Nvidia's autonomous driving platform. That basically positions them to be the default choice for a ton of future cars. And then there's robotics, where they are number one, pretty much across the board. You know that crazy viral video of all those humanoid robots doing a synchronized kung fu routine? Yeah, that was them. They've also locked in orders for 10 million units for a new wave of smart lawnmowers. The demand is just exploding. So all of this success in LiDAR, it's not the endgame. It's actually the launch pad for their biggest bet yet, a huge strategic pivot to lead what they're calling the physical AI revolution. So what exactly is physical AI? Well, think about it like this. It's all about taking artificial intelligence out of the cloud and giving it a body to actually operate in our world. In factories, on our streets, in our homes. It's the big move from chatbots to kinetic workbots. And the CEO, he has this incredible way of putting it. He truly believes we're at the ChatGPT moment for physical AI, where robots are about to become just as transformative as large language models were for us last year. So, to make this happen, to really lead this charge, Hesai announced they're moving beyond just LiDAR. They're launching two groundbreaking new products, and these are designed to be the core building blocks for this whole new era. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Look at how they're framing this. They're not just making some random components. They're building the eyes and the muscles of physical AI. These new products are designed to solve the two biggest challenges that are holding robotics back today: advanced perception and precise motion control. And listen to this ambition. It is absolutely staggering. They expect these new products to start bringing in revenue this year.
to rival their entire massive Lidar business within 5 years and then grow 10 times larger within a decade. It is a huge, huge bet on the future of robotics.
Okay, so what does all this mean? Where is this whole thing heading for Hesai and, for that matter, for the future of AI and robotics itself?
Well, in the short term, don't think for a second that their main business is slowing down. It's set to keep accelerating. They're forecasting they'll at least double their shipments in 2026 to somewhere between 3 and 3.5 million units.
But the really big picture, the grand vision, it's all about a world where robotics are just everywhere. This quote from their CEO just captures it all. The market for robots working right alongside us in our daily lives could eventually dwarf even the massive automotive industry. So Hesai is making a massive bet here. They're transforming from just a sensor supplier into a key architect of this new era of physical AI. It really leaves us with this final, pretty provocative thought. We've all just watched AI gain a mind. Now we're watching it gain a body. What in the world comes next?